Oh, nice turn. Oh!
Good evening everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. It is Tuesday the 14th of October 2025 and tonight we're heading to Dunston UTS versus Blyth Spartans in the Northern Premier League East Division. So here I'm in Dunston and going into this evening's game, Dunston are currently in 13th place in the Northern Premier League East Division table. Not quite hitting the same heights as they did last season and the season before just yet, but it is worth noting that they have played the fewest games in the league, and if they were to obviously get the necessary points in those games in hand, then their league position would look a lot different. A lot of the reason why they've kind of a bit behind on league games at the minute is down to their runs in the FA Cup and the FA Trophy respectively, but I do expect them to come good. They have picked up a few results of late, some notable ones in the cups as well, beating two sides from the league above them in each respective competition in the form of Stocksbridge Park Steels in the FA Cup, who incidentally were the team that beat them in last season's playoff final, and as well a win over Warrington Rylands in the FA Trophy. So slowly but surely it's starting to come good for them, and in opposition tonight it is Blyth Spartans, who you'd maybe have to say are having one of the biggest falls from grace in English football at the minute. It wasn't that long ago they were in the playoffs in the National League North, then obviously they had to reduce the budget quite significantly. COVID saved them from relegation a couple of times, it has to be said, then a couple of great escapes before they eventually did fall, and once they did drop out of the National League North they were soon relegated again, and that's why they find themselves in this league currently in 20th place, third bottom. There's a very, very real chance that they could be in the Northern League next season, and it's mad to think that I'm not even exaggerating when I say that a lot of the fans have run out of patience with Colin Myers. So yeah, the pressure's really starting to get to them tonight, and you do worry for them that if Dunston do get going tonight, then it really could be quite a long evening for them. I doubt the fans are really looking forward to this game that much, but then again, you're the sort of club that, like, pretty notoriously over the years have managed to kind of pull a rabbit out of hat, like almost out of nowhere really. As we saw last season when they went to Stockton, everyone expected them to get absolutely battered, yet they went and won that game 3-0. Can they repeat those kinds of heroics tonight? Well, obviously we will find out in due course, but yeah, I think from a North East non-league spectator's perspective, it is quite mad to see obviously Spartans coming up against likes of Dunston and Ashington and Blyth Town, teams like that. No disrespect to those clubs, by the way, but you think where Spartans were just a couple of years ago and the sort of sides that they were playing against, yeah, it is pretty mad to see, but that's where we are with football just now. But anyway, let's head down to the UTS Stadium and find out how it all unfolds. So it seems like warming up. Blyth Spartans getting ready just over there, going to be in green and white this evening, their home strip. And Dunston are going to just here, of course, they're going to be in their all blue home strip. Anyway, I will see you when the players are coming out the tunnel and ready to start the match.
Oh, what a good ball. Great ball. Oh, you
Oh, the clearance.
I'll go play that. What happened next? They started working. Get ut. The keeper shooting it.
Yes!
I think he made up for it after last week. What a save that was. You hear that?
No.
Article no gains for a two. You know? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you're right there.
Ginsburg's got a great record in the club, hasn't
He took it well, like, didn't he? He nearly jumped anywhere. He took it well. They deserve it, don't they? They've said the last 10 minutes. That's all they do.
Yeah. Important.
Half-time, Dunston 1, Blyth Spartans 0. Spartans actually did start the game okay. They were aggressive, they were looking to press all the time, force Dunston into mistakes, but as the half's gone on, they've really regressed, and as the half was coming to an end, they were getting absolutely nowhere near Dunston, just could not get the ball off them whatsoever, and if it does carry on like this, then it genuinely could end up being 5 or 6. They're just the way the first half ended, I just can't see how Blyth will be able to turn this around. I mean, there is still another 45 minutes, of course, but as we go into half time, the momentum is completely and utterly with Dunston, and you do feel as though if they get the next goal, then that probably would be game over. I think in terms of the chances, even when Blyth were probably having the better of the game, it does have to be said that Dunston throughout the course of the half have definitely had the better chances, like even in the early stage, when they cut inside but fired it over the bar. The one that was cleared off the line, it was a pretty unbelievable clearance, that, by the way, but yeah, that first goal was coming, and it does feel as though at this moment in time as though there is more on the way for the home side, but we will obviously find out in due course.
Go on.
Head.
Head, man. Oh.
Stay on your feet.
You got it, didn't you? Corner. Yeah, good for years and years, yeah. That's great, that. Oh, yeah. He should have scored.
Best chance of the game.
Yeah, he should have scored. Similar to the Dunston one. He should have scored, yeah.
Oh. Dead, didn't he? 42 dead, didn't he?
Is that why they come on? That's why they
Oh! Would have been soft.
He wasn't ready for that. Go on.
To him!
Head. Oh! He took a nick out of the game, yeah, didn't he? I hope he got away with that. That's a bit. Oh.
Well,
Good save that.
oh!
Oh, what a great save!
Oh.
3 minutes of added time at the end of this game. 3 minutes.
You alright? Good.
3 minutes.
5 minutes of added time.
Full-time Dunston 3, Blyth Spartans 0. Similar patterns in the second half to what it was in the first half. Spartans, for the first kind of 20-25 minutes of it, were actually doing okay. They actually had a couple of good chances as well. I think the header that went over the bar from the corner and the one where they did actually have to force the Dunston goalkeeper into a save. But I think as time went on, I think that extra bit of experience and extra bit of quality just did shine through in the end. There was a fight there from Spartans tonight, don't get me wrong, but I think you could. I think by the end of the game you could see it was kind of men against boys. I think there's a bit of a consensus around Dunston this season. It is a bit of an ageing squad. You look at just how long some of their players have been on the local non-league scene, but they're in good form just now, and I think that showed as well tonight. Whereas you look at Spartans, a lot of young, inexperienced players in that side. So I think, while there was a fight there from Blyth tonight, I think again it is just a case of at this moment in time they're just not really good enough to compete with certain teams in this league. I think Dunston being one of them, but I think we can see, for the first 20 minutes of the first half, first 20 minutes of the second half, you could argue that Blyth were the better team for at least 40 minutes of that match overall tonight. yeah, I think Dunston really have come away with a comfortable win without needing to get out of second gear, which I guess if you look at that from Blyth's point of view is extremely alarming that teams are doing that to putting them away fairly comfortably in terms of the scoreline, but not having to play absolutely spectacularly. But I think again tonight we saw just how dangerous Dunston can be from set pieces. Obviously that game we came to here last season against Heaton Stannington, absolutely lethal from set pieces that night, and they were once again tonight, and based on some of the footage I've seen from them so far this season, it's been a bit of a recurring theme. So I think after maybe what could be seen as a bit of a slow start to the season by the standards that they have maybe set themselves over the last couple of years, it does look as though it is starting to really come together for Dunston now, where their home games in particular, that is proving a very, very difficult ground for anyone to go to. So as I said earlier in the video, I fully expect them to push on up the table even more as the season goes on, and be in and around that top 5 at least yet again by the time we're getting towards the back end of the season. But as for Blyth, I said earlier on again in the video that a third successive relegation is genuinely not beyond the realms of possibility, and based on that alone tonight, I can genuinely see that happening. And it was interesting at the end of the game as well. Obviously, the majority of the away support tonight were kind of gathered behind that goal that Spartans were attacking in the second half, and it was very interesting at the end of the game. I think maybe over the years Blyth have been one of those teams where after away games their players would go over and shake hands with the fans and that kind of thing and have a little bit of a chat to them, but their players seem to keep the distance out at the end of the game, which I found a little bit bizarre, but it is what it is. And as we said, I think the fact that Dunston were able to win that game despite not being at their complete and utter best, I think that is it's a very, very good sign for Dunston. Don't get me wrong, if you can win comprehensively, and there's maybe still things that could have been better about the overall performance, but from Blyth's perspective, the fact that that's been the case, that is a very telling sign for them. But that is that for this video, and I'll be back on Saturday with Brackley Town versus Gateshead. So a couple of new players through the door at the Heed, a couple of decent results in the Cups of late. Can we transfer that form back into the league, and can it be another Gateshead away day specialty? Check back on Saturday to find out, but until then, take care, cheers for watching, see you later.